Hey everybody, happy Saturday and welcome to an all-new episode of Let's Stay Together. I am so excited to have my guests on the show today. We had 3 people joining the show: Kat McNamara, Emmy, Raver-Lampman, and Claire Holt. They of course all star in an untitled horror movie coming out very, very soon. So we're going to dive into the movie and their characters and just have a good time. It's the weekend. We're going to let loose and have fun. And I should note, this is my first show with 3 other people, including myself, plus myself, I should say. So, historical show in the Let's Stay Together world. But I see you all coming on in. Get comfy, come in, and let me grab all of my guests. Hey, Emmy.
Hi! Oh my God!
Yay! It worked.
Hi! My God, this is the only way I've ever talked to Claire.
Oh my gosh, I love this so much.
So sad. We need to be in person. I know.
This is amazing. Thank you guys so much for joining the show. I, of course, Emmy and Kat, I've gotten to know you over the last year. I adore you guys. It's been so much fun forming a virtual friendship. Claire, I know we'll become fast friends as well. I am so excited to have you all. First of all, how you all doing? Cheers to you guys. Happy Saturday.
Cheers!
Cheers indeed.
Cheers, cheers.
There we go. I am so excited because I watched your movie last night, and my husband and I finished it. I got a screener for everybody who's tuned in, and we looked at each other and we said, holy shit, that was absolutely incredible. How did they do that? How did they
thank
do
you
that?
so much.
Are you just saying that? Do you say you have to say that? Do you?
I don't have to say it. No. I would have just been like, tell me about your movie. But I loved the movie. It was awesome. And for all the fans tuned in, I want you guys to know I have your questions. I have a few that I'll be asking throughout the interview, so stick around for that. But guys, I mean, wow. Let's dive in. Untitled horror movie. It's coming out in June 12th is the big premiere.
Yeah.
And what a film. So tell everybody what this film is all about. What can they expect with this movie?
Oh,
Emmy, you're our spokesperson. You go.
Oh, no!
Okay, well, please chime in and help me out. But essentially, a group of actors that are all on a TV show together are on a hiatus between seasons, and they're kind of waiting around to see if the show's going for another season, but kind of it's been a long time. They haven't really heard anything. So one of the actors has this idea to kind of maybe like make their own version of the script that he's writing, and they'll all just, I think he had them kind of do like essentially like self-tapes of some of the scenes, and he was pretty pleased with them. So he's like, you guys, here's this great idea. Why don't we make our own movie while we wait to figure out what our show is doing in this downtime. It's very, very meta for 2020 just in general for actors. But essentially, the movie that he writes is about this spirit that kind of starts attacking people who sin, and then that potentially starts to happen in real life.
There are some ooky spooky things that happen throughout the film, and it's so interesting because retrospectively, looking back at the film, we didn't discuss the pandemic at all in the story because people have had enough of that. We want to provide some kind of escape, but it's oddly universal in the fact that you have these characters that are dealing with the unknown future and dealing with waiting for things to happen, and it's sort of something that we've all been going through. And I don't know if it was kind of subconscious because all of us were in that place very much while we were making it, or if it just sort of happened coincidentally. But it's kind of a nice theme in a very absurd, kooky horror comedy.
Yeah, that's for sure. And your characters are incredible. I mean, we were belly laughing at all of your lines and the one-liners you all were throwing out like crazy. It was so entertaining. So I want to hear from you guys. Tell everybody about the characters you play. Give us a little insight into who they are and what you loved about getting to play them. Claire, if you want to start.
Well, I played a very bitchy drunk, basically. I think that sums her up. She's a diva.
Cheers.
She's very confident, and she thinks she carries the show. And it was actually really fun, but I'm slightly offended because Luke was like, I wrote this character with you in mind. All right, thanks for that. No. So yeah, she's got like kind of a little bit of a heart somewhere in there because she's pretty traumatized by what goes on towards the end of the movie. But she's definitely one of the more mean characters that I've ever played.
Nice. Kat, what about you?
So I play Chrissy, who plays Claire's sister on the show, and it's, bless Chrissy, she is probably the most well-intentioned and under-informed character I've ever played. Just simply because she commits to everything, whether it's her career or her friendships or her social media or this movie that they're making. And for better or for worse, she commits till the bitter end. And it's a lot of fun because there's so many aspects. I haven't gotten to do a lot of comedy recently. You know, it's been a long time since people have let me flex those muscles a little bit and play in that realm. And it was so much fun, and especially the entire cast was hysterical. And we had such a fun time getting to bounce off of one another and ad-lib and banter and kind of find the movie in the moment. And it was so refreshing to work with such awesome people.
And there was no pressure, which was the best part, you know, because it like could have been a massive disaster. We had no idea what we were doing. And so we didn't feel like this whole thing was riding on us. We were just like, okay, we're down to like have a crack at it and see if we can make a movie. And that sort of like bred creativity, and we all had so much more fun with our characters because I think, you know, we were down to take a risk.
Yeah.
Love that. Emmy, what about you?
Okay, so I play Alex. You know, I would like to say that Alex is kind of the most grounded of the bunch.
I would agree.
I think she's yeah, you know, I this isn't her first rodeo, I don't think, with like, you know, being stuck between seasons and kind of feeling that like lack of creativity and kind of, you know, like your life is hanging in the balance waiting for a network or a studio to like tell you what's going on with the rest of your life or at least the next year. And so I think, but I definitely think that she kind of unintentionally gets like swept up in the movie with, you know, I think she's kind of half committing, and then I think she starts to see how much everybody else is committing to making this movie, and then so she doesn't want to feel like an asshole for not committing, so then she does commit. And I think, you know, I think she kind of is the one that when things start to get a little, you know, out of control, I think she's kind of always there to just kind of like bring people back to reality a little bit, but then, you know, then reality gets very questionable towards the end, and so I think even then she's like, well, I'm out of my depth at this point as well as.
Yeah, there's such, I mean, all of them are such fun and entertaining characters, and you're like waiting to see what each of you is going to do next. I mean, and there's such, the character development, I think, in the script, that's a testament to the script writing as well, is just amazing for this movie. And yeah. I'm blown away that you guys did it all on your own. Like, obviously you shot this during the quarantine. You didn't even meet up in person to make this happen. So not only are you starring in the film and, you know, you're producing it, you're a makeup artist, you're a videographer, you're everything. So what was it like shooting this film for you?
Terrifying. It was one of the more terrifying, because all of us, I mean, you know, we've all been on sets, we've all gotten a chance to learn a lot from people we've worked with, but there's a difference between observing and understanding something and then practically trying to do it yourself. But our DOP, Kevin Duggan, was so patient with all of us and sat there on Zoom and taught each of us actors how to set up lights and cameras and sound, and I just huge thanks to him.
And the funniest part was, like, there was a lot of pressure on us not to mess it up, because if we forgot to press record or like didn't use the audio or whatever, it was a disaster. So every time he was like, okay, guys, really though, are you recording? Did you press record? Is the button recording? Have you checked that you're recording? Like, it was like, it was a lot, but it was also so great because you're never normally involved in that aspect, and so it gives you so much more respect for the crews that you work with in general, but also it was a really great education on, you know, filmmaking and what goes into it. And I think we were all so invested because we were doing everything and because it was on us to make it look good and sort of try and save Kevin from a mental breakdown, trying to tell us all what to do. But it was really fun, you know. Like I think that it was one of the best filmmaking experiences I've ever had, because we just felt like such a team.
Oh my God, yeah. And I feel like we all I'm typically a very impatient person, and for some reason, I think because we all were kind of in this boat in completely uncharted territory, like we were all trying this for the first time, and we're kind of like, let's just make this thing. And I think we all went into it being like, it probably won't work, but let's just try it anyway. So I think we all just are so, like, I'm just so in awe of the end result and just the work that was put in, even like in post, but also just seeing, you know, there are other scenes that we're not all in, and just like what everyone was doing kind of on their own. The fact that Claire hid her entire pregnancy, it's like so wild to me.
Wait, what?
I was 6 months pregnant.
No way.
Yeah, I was like, I tried to convince Nick to let me sleep or lie down or eat in every single scene. I was like, I really feel like she'd be having a snack here. He's like, Claire, no, that's not. But yeah, I had like this enormous belly that I was like trying to cover up the whole time.
Yeah, and also she, bless her, was the only one that was on the East Coast, and everybody else was on the West Coast. So she was pregnant and like up at 2 a.m. when we were all like just working like a late night in LA. Bless her heart.
At 6 a.m. with my toddler as well, because like apparently he doesn't get that I was working.
Wow, that's wild. And how much did you guys ad-lib? Because it seems like sometimes the lines you said just flew out of your mouths and it was so seamless and effortless. Did you ad-lib a lot, or was it mainly scripted?
Yeah, we did.
Yeah, we ad-libbed a lot.
Well,
there was a lot of extra swear words.
Yeah, total freedom. Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of the freedom of it, because we're basically shooting with 6 cameras, so we have more time to play. And after we get a few takes, then as we get kind of comfortable in the rhythm of the scene, we start to loosen up a little bit. And it provided for some of at least my favorite moments in the movie.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
And I think normally, on a regular TV or a movie set, it's hard to ad-libs because, everybody's talking at once and there's 2 camera angles, so you might not get that version of the actor or actress saying that line and it's clear audio. But like Kat said, we all had our own camera. We all had like at least an in-ear or a headphone, and then we all had our own mics. So everything was isolated. So like when they're watching, in post, watching back all of our takes, if they find an ad-lib that one of us did, it's like completely isolated, and they can just pop that in, in the little Zoom or FaceTime screen. So I think it just gave them so much freedom to either use whatever ad-libs we were doing or what was scripted.
That's so badass. Okay, yeah. I want you to fill in the blank. My character can't live without blank.
Chardonnay.
Chardonnay. Okay, is that what you can't live without, or your character?
No, I freaking hate Chardonnay. I can't believe you chose Chardonnay. That is the worst wine of the white wine.
I hate Chardonnay. Don't come at me with a buttery white.
Absolutely
no.
I was like, look, really? Yeah, Chardonnay.
Okay.
Oh man, I'd say for Alex, is definitely can't live without guidelines. Like she likes to stay. Yeah, she likes to draw on the lines.
I think for Chrissy, she can't live without her pendulum. It's how she makes all her decisions, and it's she tries so hard to like do the right thing when she just doesn't know. She's got that pendulum in the background even while everyone else is talking, and for better or for worse, that's her crutch in a way.
Okay, very cool. Now, for you guys, what made you say yes to doing this project? Because obviously it could have been a huge, colossal hot mess, right? And it turned out brilliant. And like, I want you guys to get every award imaginable you can for this movie because it's innovative and it's fresh and it's different. You watch it and you're like, wow, and a sea of content everywhere and all around you at all different times. It's something that you just haven't seen before. So, especially acting to a camera and a Zoom and a FaceTime, and I can only imagine how weird that must have been, you know, because you don't have sets and backgrounds behind you distracting people, and you're not pulled away. It's like, hello, here's my emotions. I'm talking to you, right? So what made you say yes? Like, what was that thing that said I need to do it?
I mean, it was a combination of things for me. It was the fact that the script was so awesome and so funny and so original. It was also the fact that I was a little bit bored. I really wanted to go back to work. No, just kidding. It was also like, we wanted to be creative, right? We were all sitting at home, and for all of our lives, our jobs and our lives are just full of creativity. And so to have that go away for the pandemic, for obvious reasons, you know, it was hard, especially for me. I really missed it. I missed being able to like do what I love. So this opportunity came up, and it was so great to be able to do that, but still, you know, do the right thing and be safe and stay home and do everything that we needed to do in the pandemic. But we still got to do what we loved and experience it with a bunch of people who were awesome. And I still can't believe I haven't met some of them. It's wild to me. But yeah, it was just so many things, and this perfect little teacup that made me go, you know what, it could be a massive failure, but it'll be so worth it because we're trying something new and we're going to have a great time doing it.
That's exactly it. There's so few times that you get to truly just jump off the cliff with everyone else and try something new. And I think at that point we were also starved not only for social interaction, but for some kind of creative purpose. And it was the perfect storm of a really great group of committed people and a great script. And why not? You know, at that point there was so much going on. We all needed an outlet, and this provided the perfect one. And you know, hopefully it'll provide some joy for others too.
I love that. It's clear that you guys had a blast filming it, which is also really fun as a viewer to watch. And I love horror. Like, I grew up on like Wes Craven and Kevin Williamson and Rob Zombie and all those guys. So for me, it was super fun to watch. Are you guys like, are you genuine horror fans? Are you the type? Okay, if you watch a horror movie, are you the type of person that either A, is screaming at the TV and is like, "Don't go there! No, don't do that! Wrong turn." B, closes your eyes, kind of hunches back.
That's me.
Watch,
yeah, that's me.
Or
C,
that's me.
Like, eats your popcorn totally unbothered and unfazed.
I'm like this.
I'm like this the whole time.
I have too much anxiety.
I love horror. I talk about. I'm like, no, don't do it. Don't. Why would you do that? Why are you going through the door? Don't go through the door. That's not okay. Just okay, or do it. Fine. See what happens.
So you're basically Emmy's character. You're Alex.
I guess so.
Okay, great. Guess we're doing that.
I love that. And in the spirit of this being a fun horror film, I kind of have a quick game. Now, I probably should not keep you down to do this, but I'm just going to put it out there. The most iconic line in a horror movie is hello, right? Like, who is that? What is that? What's going on? So, I want to hear your best hello.
Ooh.
And how we're going to do that is you're going to like face away, and I'm going to say boom, and then you're going to turn back to camera and give me your hello.
I'm never going to get a job again after this. I really hope no casting directors are watching.
Well, I promise you, I'll go last, and mine will be so abysmal because I'm not an actor that you all are going to look great. So.
Okay. I feel like Kat should go first. Kat,
you go first. This idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Okay.
So on my cue, I'll say boom, okay?
Okay.
Boom.
Hello.
Oh, that was very Chrissy.
Yes.
That was really crazy. I love it. Okay, I'm gonna go next. Oh my god,
Okay.
this is very nerve-wracking. Okay.
Boom.
Hello.
Yes.
Terrible. We love it.
Oh my god, this is
I was
so
like, which
fun.
accent am I American? Am I Italian? Oh, I panicked.
I loved it.
Damn it.
I loved it. Emmy, you gotta bring it home.
Okay. Oh no, the pressure. Okay. All right.
Ready?
Yep.
Boom.
Hello?
Yeah, you guys, look, this is serious all of you.
Emmy
That
is
gave me...
such a badass. She's like gonna take that murderer down.
No,
I would not break into Emmy's house.
Nope. Not gonna do
That
it.
gave me life. I can't think of a better Saturday night because I'm in New York night for that. Like, please, I could do that all night. Loved it. Thank you for indulging me. That was flawless. I'm not going to do it because it's so embarrassing.
I also
Oh my God, you just said us to it. You have to do it. Okay,
All right,
I'm going to do the bang.
Okay.
But to be clear, I'm not an actor. So who's the
No.
boom? Who's my boom?
Claire.
Okay, I
Claire.
will. I'll do it. Ready?
Okay.
Wait, I'm gonna give you an actual sound effect. Ready?
Oh. wait, no, I can do it. Okay, wait.
Okay, wait, I'll give it again. I'm gonna give you a louder boom. You ready? Okay. Ready?
Hello?
That was pretty good.
That was great.
That was good. It was subtle too. I like it.
I know.
Well, I'll be in
Very
your
subtle.
sequel, all right? I'm just
We'll have to
saying.
get you in the sequel, Tommy.
I'm
Yeah.
ready for it. I'm so ready for it. So I have to, I got to bring one question up for the fans that I saw come up a lot. And, you guys are three of the most brilliant people in the business, period. It's facts, so accept the facts. And you're known for such iconic shows that people just love, right? Like Shadowhunters, Vampire Diaries, the originals universe, Umbrella Academy. And these shows mean so much to so many people. So what is something that makes you smile when you think about the characters you guys played and the character you're playing now, when you think back to these roles?
I mean, I think for me, it's representation. I think it's just being a woman of color that gets to portray a superhero, which I think, unfortunately is a newer thing in the TV and film space. And I feel so grateful and honored, but also it makes me so nervous sometimes. I never saw this for myself. I'm still so surprised that I'm here, but I also think I never saw this for myself because I never saw it growing up. Do you know what I mean? So I think that is not something that I take lightly. The fact that I am, I have this show and this platform, and that I am a woman of color in this space, and I get to embody Allison on the Umbrella Academy, and I just think that's something that I take very seriously, and I'm so grateful for.
Oh, I love that.
And you
It's
do it
awesome.
brilliantly, my dear.
You really do. You're so amazing.
No.
I think for me, honestly, I'm just so grateful that I ever got a job. I am waiting every day for someone to go like, oh, we've made a terrible mistake. She's actually shit. Like, we're sorry. Don't hire her. Send her back home. Like that. I don't know that if that's how we grew up in Australia or like our mentality there. I think that there was a bit of like tall poppy syndrome, and you could never be too much. So I was always like, oh no, I'm not. I just and like I had that sense of never being like worthy of working. And so I think for me, having the fans be so supportive and appreciative and like rally around the characters and these characters that we played for like so many years is such a special thing, because it's just like not what I something that I ever imagined for my life or myself, and I'll always like be grateful for that.
And for me, something that I really took from Clary and from Mia as well, and learned from both of them and appreciated about them is, I mean, they were very different women, but they made so many mistakes, and they fell on their face a million times, and even with the best of intentions, they weren't perfect. And that's something that, in a lot of TV and movies, these characters can come off seeming so flawless and perfect and without any kind of negative qualities. But the fact that there was growth, and it showed that, yeah, people make mistakes, and yeah, young people have a lot to learn, and they make selfish choices sometimes, and they, don't always make the right choice. But what's important is not what you've done. What's important is how you handle those things and how you pick yourself back up and move on. And aside from that, I mean, the Shadowhunters fandom has been the biggest gift, just to be a small part of watching this community grow, and this community that, in a place of social media that can be so negative and can tear people down, they have built this strong community for each other that goes beyond the show and beyond our characters, but is all about love and acceptance and just being who you are to the fullest extent. And that to me has been the most special part of anything I've ever done.
You guys have such eloquent answers. I swear to God, after having kids, my brain fried. I used to be able to answered things so thoughtfully, had a very nice vocabulary. Now I'm like, I can't spell my name anymore. I'm sorry, Tommy.
No.
Oh my God.
Are you kidding? Please.
No,
Please.
I do not accept that.
Having kids, I tell ya,
No.
they're cute, but they do
No.
something to your brain cells.
No,
Well,
you two, honestly, I didn't know what to expect going into making this movie. And it was like at the table read, I was like, oh, okay, well, these women are coming with 100%. So, no, you weren't. I was like, well, I guess I should step up my game.
No, it was so fun.
I felt the same way.
You know what was cool? Like I'm sure Kat and Emmy will say the same thing. We had never done so many pages in a day as actors.
Oh, yeah.
Like we were doing like 20 pages of script a day, and usually like a big day, I think for me over my career, like a huge day would be 10 or 11 pages max. And this was like monstrous amounts of dialogue, and we all kind of just like rallied together as a team and worked really hard to learn it all, and like we were there for each other, and I think it was like such a cool experience to be able to do that with everyone.
Yeah.
Well, the chemistry is fire. I mean, you would think you guys have known each other for a decade because you just like play so well together, you know?
Oh, thank you. Well, that's the thing. So much of the film relies on the banter and the chemistry. And that's something that I think all of us going into this, we're going, how are we going to achieve that having never been in the same space, having never met some of each other? But there, Emmy, you're right. There was something about that first table read that it just clicked. And I think that kind of got us all excited about the process.
Yeah, totally. And I think we were all nervous because I'd only ever met Luke. And that's the only person in the entire movie that I've met until now. Kat and I started going on hikes later. But
Oh, stop! That's so funny.
Yeah, I was like, should we go on a hike since we live really close to each other and just did a movie, but I've never met?
Yes. The answer is yes.
Oh.
But yeah, so I think I was just so inspired by how committed everybody was and how kind of on board everybody was to just kind of, drive into the unknown at full speed. So I think it just was really, really cool.
Well, it shows. It comes across in the film for sure. And I'm going to get to a few fan questions, but while we're on this kind of topic of inspiration, you guys, literally in my DMs when I announced you as my guest, I cannot tell you how many people wrote to me saying the three of you inspire them on a daily basis. And I see a lot of the stuff you guys post, and it's a lot about representation and inclusivity and visibility and, being kind and, comparison syndrome on social media and the need for people to stop doing it, and the list goes on and on and on. So before we get to those fan questions, what's kind of a quick piece of advice that you wish you learned a little earlier in life that you kind of want to give to everybody watching right now?
What other people think of me is none of my business.
Love that.
Treat yourself the way you would treat a good friend, the way you think about yourself, the things you say to yourself. I can be a bit of a perfectionist sometimes when it comes to work and other things, and it's just be nice to yourself as well.
Love that.
I think this is something that I'm still working on. I think it's like years and years and years of unteaching myself, but I think that everything that I am and everything that makes me the person that I am and the artist that I am, like that's enough. And that it's what is meant to be for me will find me,
for sure.
And trying to force and contort myself into shapes and positions and jobs that aren't meant for me it's wasted energy. I think what's meant to be mine will find me.
Totally agree with that.
I love it all. I want this in a coffee table book. Thank you very much. Okay. Fan questions. These were the three most popular questions that I received out of tons of them. These kept coming up. Number one, you kind of answered already. So who here has met prior to filming? Who has met since? Like, break it down.
Yeah, I'd only met Luke, and then I met Kat, but that's it.
I knew Luke, obviously, having worked with him for a long time, been friends forever, and I had met Claire through Luke. I knew Nick, our director, for a long time. I've known Tim Granaderos for a while as well. But other than that, that's it. Emmy and I had never met. I'd never met Darren in person. And off to the races we went.
Yeah, so I'd met Kat through Luke. I'd met Luke before. Obviously, I've known Luke for a long time. He's one of my best friends, and then everyone else never met.
That's so wild, because when everybody watches this movie, you're going to seriously be like, oh my God, these have been best friends forever. So, again, testament to the work that you guys do. Absolutely incredible. Because you filmed this movie during quarantine, a lot of people were wondering, what have you learned about yourself through quarantine?
Ooh. What have I learned?
I think it's okay to do nothing.
Yeah.
For sure.
It's like, it's okay to be, I think, let me rephrase that. It's okay to be still. I think I'm not good at being still. My partner knows that very well. I'm not good. I like always have to be doing something or working on something, or it's like, you know, if I'm watching TV, I have to be doing something with my hands as well. Like I can't just be still. And I think 2020 really taught me how to just like sit in my stillness. And also like, why do I have a hard time being still? What's that about?
I feel you.
I learned that I'm a lot more patient than I give myself credit for, because I've been stuck in the house with a 2-year-old and a new baby, and I haven't had a mental breakdown. So I also learned that I do not love a buttery white Chardonnay, but I do love
Hell
Pinot
no.
Grigio.
Oh, okay.
Okay, we'll take that.
For the record, it's Pinot Grigio.
Oh, I love a
Yes.
Pinot
Love
Grigio.
it.
What type? What's the brand?
Bonfi?
Oh, I don't know that one.
Oh, I'll hook you up. It's great.
Okay, I love it.
And I think for me, I learned that, you know, I guess I'm a bit like a puppy. I need social interaction and some kind of activity to kind of feel normal. And it forced me to get creative and sort of explore my environment a bit more and explore, kind of clean out my life physically and emotionally and go, okay, what do I actually need? Traveling all the time and accumulating things and habits and all this, and just forces you to focus in on what you really need and what fuels your soul and what fuels who you are as a human being. And for me, that's creativity and people I love, and, you know, getting out and getting some fresh air occasionally.
I also think one of the beautiful things of like this awful past year was that we all got to spend a lot of time with people that we're really close to, I think, like family. I know that like I got to see my son's first steps, and I got to be there when he said mama, and when my daughter spoke her first words, like that those were moments that I think I might have missed had I been working and hustling like I had been for so many years before that. And so it really like forced me to sit there and go, okay, you know what, as hard as this has been for a lot of people, there are definitely moments that like we're all so lucky to have had, and that like the family time or the bonding with friends or the people that we're closest with, if you were lucky enough to like see them in the pandemic, I think that was really special.
Yeah, I think it's about looking at those silver linings like you guys are mentioning, and realizing a lot of people lost a lot, and there was a lot of sadness, but there's also some things that came out of it, which I think we, you know, hopefully we'll be better off for. So thank you for sharing that. That was really cool. And the last fan question that I got a lot of, which is pretty fun, abilities and powers aside from your prior characters that you played in those fan favorite projects I mentioned, the originals, Umbrella Academy, Shadowhunters, would your character survive against a demon or a serial killer in a horror movie without any powers or abilities?
The character that we're playing in Untitled Horror Movie, would we survive, or our past one?
No.
Or
the
us.
past, so Rebecca and Umbrella Academy, Shadowhunters, would they survive?
Sorry.
Strip them away from all of their abilities.
I mean, I don't think many regular humans can survive against a demon.
Yeah.
Although I will say, I think the characters that we've all played are very smart and capable, and then the abilities
pretty
to kind of
badass.
enhance that.
Yeah.
If they were together, maybe.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah. I feel like I don't want to doubt them. I don't want to doubt.
I
don't want to doubt these women.
Right.
You know?
If we could team up against the demon, I think we'd manage.
Absolutely.
Also, like, put some badass women together with or without powers. People are going down. You know what I
yeah,
mean?
they can solve pretty much any problem.
Spirits or people, enemies going down.
I'm here for all of that. And there was actually one other fan question that I got a lot of already, even though the movie's not out, is do you think there could be a sequel?
We
joke
bloody
about
hope
it
so.
Constantly. We talk about it.
There better be a sequel.
We had so much fun making this movie virtually that I think all of us secretly would like to make a movie in person together.
Yeah.
And or at least we need like a group vacation at this point.
Yeah,
we all
like
need to just go somewhere and hang out.
Yeah.
It's going to be set on a tropical island or something.
Yeah.
We've got to
We'll shoot
write
it
that
Fiji.
in.
Yeah.
I like that. And just also don't forget the hello I delivered earlier.
Oh yeah, you could be in it.
Yeah, we're on it.
Iconic, I'm just saying.
You could be a hot pool boy as well. I see what you're working
Yes.
But that probably means I'm gonna die, right?
there. Maybe.
No.
We all die in the end. Everyone dies in these movies.
That's right.
Yeah,
I'm here for it. I'm here for it. Let me give you information now about tickets. So tickets for the premiere of Untitled Horror Movie are on sale now. They can be purchased through Untitled Horror's Instagram bio. So everyone go to their Instagram bio, Untitled Horror. Untitled Horror or Untitled Horror Movie?
Untitled
Horror. Yeah.
Untitled Horror. Go to their Instagram bio. You can get your tickets right now. And the film is having a live stream premiere event on June 12th, and it will be available worldwide on iTunes, right? And Amazon?
I think so, yeah.
I think so.
On June 15th. So untitledtour.com for more information. But exciting news, and I don't know if you even know this, I'm doing a giveaway for a free ticket. So listen up, everybody. I'm giving away a free ticket to the premiere, the worldwide virtual premiere. So this is the VIP ticket, the best ticket you can get. And this is for June 12th. It's going to include the celebrity red carpet and a fun Q&A. So to get this ticket, I'm going to post this interview on my feed as soon as we're done. And all you have to do is go to the interview and in the comment section, tag your friends who you want to watch the movie with. You can tag as many as you want, as many times as you want, and I will pick a winner on Monday, totally at random, and you will get a code, and you will go to the virtual premiere event on June 12th. Again, red carpet, Q&A session with your favorites, all of that good stuff. So go to this video in 2 minutes, comment with your friends' hashtags, your friends' Instagram names who you want to watch the film with. It's that easy. So do that, and you can win a ticket. And that's it. So guys, before we leave, for everybody tuned in, all the fans who are cheering you on and love you guys and support you guys, why don't you each take a second and say anything you want to them?
We love you so much. Thank you so much for all of your support. Like, truly, I know sometimes it seems like we don't notice, but I notice and I am so grateful. And I know that you guys are the reason that we are where we are and that we have jobs and we get to make these wonderful movies. So thank you and we love you.
Yeah, I second that wholeheartedly and completely, and your support and love are just, just fills my spirit and my soul, and I'm so excited to share this project and we're all of our projects, because we know you guys are ride or die and support us through and through, no matter what wild and crazy turns our careers take and what ridiculous things we say yes to, and that's that you're always there and supporting us and watching along, and it's just that is not missed on me or any of us. So thank you.
It's so true. It's the biggest thanks and all the love, just simply for the fact, whether it's fan art or the video edits or just the comments or anything, that any kind words we receive, back when we could actually do Comic-Cons in person, getting to meet everyone and hear their stories. It really is a community, and especially this year, I think all of us have felt that even more since we've been disconnected from the real world in such a big way. But in a lot of ways, we made this movie for you, and just to give some people something to look forward to and something to kind of take them out of this wild world we're living in. So thank you for being there, and thank you for supporting us, and enjoy Untitled Horror Movie.
Oh, guys, thank you so much. Everybody go watch this film. It is so good. I am a horror fanatic. If I say it's good, it's freaking amazing. So watch this film. I know
certified.
There we go. And you guys, I love talking to you. I could talk to you for hours. I got into my field of work in this business because of connecting with real, cool, authentic, genuine people like yourselves. So it's been a pleasure. Claire, I know we just met. I hope to
so nice to meet you. Yeah, for sure.
And guys, I hope to see you. I'll be in LA this summer, so hopefully we can meet up.
I just got here yesterday.
Oh my God.
Okay,
we still haven't had a wrap party for this movie, so
I know we need one.
we're waiting.
We're gonna have to make it happen
together.
Yeah, you need a wrap party, and I want to get on one of those hikes. So you let me know.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
All right, guys. Well, I'm sending
love
so
it.
much love. Watch this
Lots
movie,
of love
everybody.
to you.
Check out my feed for the giveaway. Mwah!
Thank you, Tommy. Thank you, everybody. Bye,
Bye.
ladies.
Good to see
Bye-bye.
you, ladies.